Out of courtesy for others, we ask that you refrain from talking and text messaging while the meeting is in progress. Now it is time to introduce our main speaker for tonight. Please welcome up Louis.
Louis Offer, alcoholic. What's up with the drapes, Jeff? I mean, Dave? Jeez. Slipping. I'd like to welcome all my other fellow Jews here this evening. That's right. We don't really celebrate Christmas, so we're at the meeting. Sorry, Sean, not a Jew. I'd like to thank John F. for having me come out and speak. It's an honor and a privilege to speak at a meeting, even if it's only half full. I thought about it, I used to know this guy, Ricardo, and he only got asked to speak at meetings on Academy Award night because there'd really be nobody there, and he wasn't a good speaker. And, I'm thinking maybe I'm not a good speaker. I'm speaking on Christmas, but you know what? It's quality, not quantity, because there's a lot of great people here tonight. All the winners are here. Joe, you're supposed to do my job. Somebody might come in out of the cold. So if you're new to Alcoholics Anonymous, I'd like to welcome you, and I'd like to. No, I didn't mean there is somebody there. Good thing I said something. So yeah, if you're new, I'd like to welcome you and let you know that you never have to drink or use again, one day at a time, whether you want to or not. And if you're anything like me, you will want to. And when I was new, I heard that somebody say, you never have to drink and use again. I thought, holy shit. Oops, I swore on the CD. Is that all right? He just likes it when I mention his name. I might get a free CD out of this deal. So when I heard I never had to drink or use again one day at a time, I thought, wow, I can't have any champagne at my wedding. And I didn't even have a girlfriend, and nor do I now. And we'll probably get into that later on, hopefully, seeing how vulnerable I feel. What was that? I like this audience participation. I'd also like to thank John W., who was here when I got here, who I've known since I was a kid, and that was really cool to see you here. And John's like an AA ninja, man. You always see John at the meeting afterwards cleaning up. He never raises his hand. He just does it. And what happened? I outed you. Now everybody knows you do it. Yeah, but you didn't say it, so you're good. I'd like to thank Dan D. for giving me a ride out here. And I'd like to just thank you guys all for showing up. It's a threefold disease. We got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And, this is the time of year that the amateurs get loaded. We're professional drinkers here. We don't need a holiday. We don't need New Year's to get loaded. We need a day that ends with Y. And I don't want to see any of you guys coming back after New Year's as a newcomer, because I'm going to laugh at you and call you an amateur. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I might. I think I'm done. No, I'm joking. I'm getting warmed up, and hopefully I get warmer. The last time I spoke here, the gal that spoke before me wrote out her talk, and I got up here and I said something to the fact that I wanted to write something out, and I thought it'd be disingenuous, and I said that this girl had done a really great job and that I should have written it out, and maybe I would have been better, but apparently I hurt this girl's feelings. And, that's a problem that I have, is I don't always know what's right around here. I have a thing about people texting during the meeting. I love in the format that it says no texting. For a while, I kept falling asleep during the meetings. I would play games on my cell phone. And I thought, wow, I'm being a bad example for the new guys, and I'm being disrespectful of people speaking and reading. So I stopped doing it and started judging other people for doing it. And the fact of the matter is, I really don't know what's right or wrong. I'm like a cop. I see somebody like passing on the right, I want to chase after them and let them know that you're not allowed to do that and whatnot. But actually, some new guys probably sitting here and seeing that old dude texting and going, that dude's a rebel. I'm a rebel. I belong here. It was like this meeting, we used to have elections here, and one of the secretaries said, you know what, we have a steering committee, our next secretary is so-and-so. I'm like, whoa, we don't have a steering committee. And we had some meeting, and they had like a lawyer come in and do like a PowerPoint presentation, said if we don't have the steering committee, we're going to lose the meeting. And everybody voted for the steering committee. I'm like, well, this is kind of BS. But the fact of the matter is, John's the secretary, and he's doing a great job. So I don't always know what's right or wrong, and I have to stay out of it. It's like some Al-Anon shit that I got. Let people have their own experience. So, got it. I wrote some notes this time. Says don't suck. Can't read that in the back. I'm going to leave that out here to remind me not to suck. They read chapter 5 of it's a tradition in Southern California to read a portion of chapter 5 of the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. And, somebody once told me that they asked Bill Wilson if he could change anything in the big book, what would it be? And they told me that he said that he would change it to, never have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. And, what it says is, rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. But what I'd like to change it to is, rarely have we seen a person thoroughly follow our path. And, I really just came here to get a free water, and there's no water. Good thing I brought a Coke. I really wanted eggnog this year. I mean, I didn't do anything for Christmas. I went to the market. They were closed. I went again to a different market today. They are out of eggnog, and I didn't get any eggnog for Christmas. But I did watch Christmas Story, and I enjoy that movie. And we'll get more into that later if I feel vulnerable. Yeah, it's going for now. Thanks, Leon. Yeah, if you're new, I'm sorry. I'm sorry things got so bad for you that you had to come to AA on Christmas night, no less. I love all the people that had, well, none had them tonight, but, last week or whatever, around this time of year, the people that have birthdays, like, dude, you were so effed up that you couldn't even wait till New Year's, And it used to be like after New Year's, the rooms would swell up with resolutioners, but now just the rooms are swelled with rehabbers. And I love that the dude spoke here a few weeks ago. I won't say his name because he's famous, but he said that the rehabs are like triage. They just get them well enough to get them into the hospital, which is AA. I like that analogy. Yeah. So you're new, things suck, it's really weird, you're listening to some dude with horns whose name sounds like Lucifer talk. I'm not like the spokesperson for AA, I don't get paid to do this. If I did, I'd probably be much better at it. I was hoping to get a free water, that didn't happen. No eggnog, but yeah. I get that a lot. People think some guy came up, your name's not really Louis Offer, you changed it, right? I get that a lot. So yeah, this is a simple program. I swear I'm gonna like warm up and get into a flow, hopefully, because I'm a little shaky. It's a lack of eggnog. And I want to let you know, eggnog tastes fine without rum in it. So it's a simple program. I've never seen anybody not smart enough to get this thing, but I've seen plenty of people too smart to get this thing and think themselves right into a drink. You know, it's pretty much go to meetings, be of service, and work the 12 steps. And, you know, by working the 12 steps, you get hooked up with the power greater than yourself. You don't have to call it God. I really like it when people say, I believe in a power greater than myself, which I choose to call God. Dude, it was called God a long time ago. You didn't choose to call it that. It's just called God. So yeah, the first thing is going to meetings. That's what we're doing now, you know, the unity. And, you know, when I was new, they told me meeting makers make it. And they also told me some are sicker than others. And, you know, for my first 5 years, I went to 2 or 3 meetings every day. And I'm still go to lots of meetings. I'm currently doing 90 and 90 4 times a year. And I think I get to miss like four days, maybe a year. I'm kind of like John, you know, I go to movies. I go to movies every day except when I don't. I saw Avatar today. Enjoyed it. But yeah, it's important to go to a lot of meetings, you know. 7 days, no meetings makes 1 week. It's a new one. And I feel if it's not broken, don't fix it. You know, so it's important. Go to lots of meetings. And, you know, service is real important to me. A lot of the reasons I drink and use is because I don't feel good about myself. And I don't feel good about myself because I lie, I cheat, I steal, and have this weird thing that I like to instigate. Like, if I can make 2 of my friends fight, that was a great day. And, you know, weird things like that. So I found if I do the opposite things, which is being of service, you know, that I feel good about myself and I don't feel the need to self-medicate. And, you know, I can't say enough about service, you know, and it evolves, you know, to like, you know, random acts of kindness and not telling anybody. That's a big thing, you know, that's like John, he doesn't tell anybody, and I outed him. So now he doesn't get any credit for that cleaning. So yeah, very, very important, you know, the service thing. Are you telling that I used to look like Leif Garrett? Yeah, I knew it. He spoke a while back, and he told everybody that I used to look like Leif Garrett. And yeah, I didn't think it was very funny either. So we got unity, service, and you're going to hear every AA speaker talk about 12 steps. It's a 12-step program. If you want to get the benefits of the program, I recommend you do the 12 steps. Every single person I see that does not stay sober, that are chronic relapsers, for the most part, not every single one, but most all of them have not done the 12 steps, you know. And if you're having a hard time staying sober, you might want to try doing the 12 steps. And if you haven't done the 12 steps, we can tell. You know, it took me 5 years to do all 12 steps. I have dyslexia, and I'm not like a real big reading, writing guy. And so it took me a while, and it took me 5 years till I felt comfortable in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, until I felt comfortable in my body. And that's what I have today. That's the greatest gift I've gotten, is I have a sense of comfortability that I never knew. You know, I was always had that thing missing that I used to use drugs and alcohol to try to fill. And I didn't know what it was like to feel comfortable. You know, coming to AA and not doing the 12 steps, kind of like you're hungry and you're at a restaurant and you're in the parking lot, and you're hanging out in the parking lot and you're seeing people going in the restaurant, coming out full with the toothpick in their mouth, and you're wondering why you're still hungry, you know. It's pretty much that simple. And the number one reason I hear the people that have time get loaded around here is I stopped going to meetings. And the number 2 reason is I hurt my back and started taking Vicodin. You know, if you're new, I want to encourage you to do what it takes to stay here. I I hope that you have the ability to listen and take direction. And I hope that you have the ability to go after this thing like your life depends on it, because it probably does. This has been a rough year for me. I'm 17 and a half years sober. You guys should clap for that, because, it's... Oh, cut it out. That's like applauding somebody for running out of a burning building. No, but it's really funny. If I said I had 3 days, you guys would have gone wild. It's like the more time you get, the less applause you get. In my sobriety, I had my best friend Chris Plum killed himself. He stopped taking his meds and put a shotgun in his mouth and killed himself. I'm not a doctor. I'm a projectionist. My opinion is that doctors are very smart people, and they go to school for a long time to learn their craft. And if a doctor says that you have a chemical imbalance, and if you take this pill, you'll be better, and you might have to try a couple of different things before you find the right one, I would listen to him. Then some guy comes up to the podium. I heard a guy come up to a podium one time and said, if you're on meds, that you should wear an armband to let us know that you're not sober. And yeah, that's, well, you guys are really laughing at that? That's fucked up. Yeah, no, but so my friend Chris maybe had heard that and stopped taking his medication and killed himself. So I'm a projectionist. You want to know about an intermittent movement or anamorphic flat, I can tell you about that. I really can't get up here and give medical advice, and you shouldn't listen to some guy that's a little self-righteous, maybe a plumber, that says you shouldn't take your pills when a doctor does. And that's just my opinion. I also, I had a girlfriend that died. She got this thing called endocarditis, and it's an infection that junkies get, that goes in your heart. I've had 4 ex-sponsees die. Bob Kruger, Joe Spitaletto, Dennis Polar Bear Agnew, and just recently Blue. What happened this year is I had a current sponsee died, and I watched her die. I watched her take her last breaths. She had melanoma, and she died 2 months after they found it, and she died two weeks after her 34th birthday. And I've never seen anybody die before, and it was rough. Mark, was something I said? Good man. See that? Cleaning up. That's what we do around here. Uh-oh, now he's really leaving. I don't take it personal. Jeff, you're still here? He's got a date, so if he leaves, he's got a date. So yeah, watching Kelly Letizio die really affected me, I didn't even know what death rattles were, and I got into depression. I stopped going to the gym. I started eating really poorly. I started feeling bad about myself. When I left the house, I didn't play in the sandbox with the other kids as well. And, this is still kind of going on. My New Year's resolution is to get back into the gym and start eating good. Also, something I'm dealing with is porn and masturbation. Yeah, John liked that one. He perked up. He just wants to hear the crappy stuff, and I'm doing that too much, and that's not helping, and now I got to go to another program. And I guess the first step in changing is realizing there's a problem. And I had this thing that happened to me the other night. I think like the ghosts from Christmas past and future and present came and visit me. I had some awakenings. I found that I'm Scrooge. Why is that shit funny, man? I'm a penny pincher. You know, in the book, it talks about it. You know, it talks about one alcoholic who squanders their check and the other one that's a penny pincher, and that's me. You know, I live well beneath my means. When I go out to a restaurant, instead of ordering a soda, I'll order some water with lemon, and I'll put some sweet and low in there, you know, and I call it Jewish lemonade. And it really hurts. I mean, I didn't think I had, you know, financial insecurities, you know, because I got lots of money, and, you know, I would rather be this end of the spectrum than the other end, but I also need to treat myself better and my friends better, my family, you know. And that's what I did this year is I did a lot for my family, and I spent a lot of money. And for myself, I bought a motorcycle, which was a big deal for me to, you know, spend money on myself as well. And I also found that I'm a hoarder. Not like the TV hoarder, because that shit is gnarly. Have you guys seen that show? Nobody have seen that show, Hoarders? Yes. Gnarly shit, right? Thank you. I'm a pack rat. You know, I have a hard time, like, letting go of stuff because I think it has monetary value. It's not so much the sentimental, but it's... Hi, my name's Louis Offer. I'm an alcoholic. Perfect timing. We just started. Welcome. More Jews. Sorry, does that offend people when I say that about Jewish people? I'm Jewish, so yeah. So yeah, I am I need help. I need help with my my hoarding problem. I can't do it on my own. I need to get rid of stuff. I need to let go. Keith, are you gonna help me? You want my shit, right? Nice. So I kind of haven't really been going with the format. You know, we're supposed to share like what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. And for me, it sucked. It got better, and it's really good today. And, you know, I was supposed to talk about, like, getting loaded to, like, so we can connect, you know, like, to win the trust of the newcomer over, something like that. We have that common bond. We're like people that have survived a shipwreck, you know. We have that bond. So, I mean, you guys pretty much take a look at me and know that I like to get down. Like, we know each other. When I go out in the world, like, dude, do you know where you want to get? I mean, I get a lot of that. So pretty much for me, my drinking and using career was kind of like Groundhog's Day. I just would smoke pot all day, drink and take pills all night, and smoke cocaine all morning on a daily basis for many, many years. And, you know, I'm sorry for some of you younger people that missed out on Quaaludes. They were great. And, you know, I did everything there was to do. You know, I smoked angel dust a couple hundred times, acid a couple hundred times. Angel dust was the only thing I was able to stop on my own. I could hear my brain cells pumping when I smoked that stuff. Yeah, I didn't do heroin, though, and I never wanted to do heroin until I came to AA, and I heard other people talking about how great it was. I'm like, I want to try me some of that, and I actually had a slip dream where I did heroin, and I liked it a lot. You know, I didn't throw up or anything, and I liked that feeling. I had some surgery in sobriety, and I had to take these oxycodines, and I think they're kind of a similar thing. And yeah, I didn't really care. I had another surgery, and I woke up in that like kind of Twilight Zone feeling, you know, where I didn't know what was going on, where I was, what was happening, kind of like that feeling that I used to strive for, and I hated it. I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't wait to get my faculties back. So yeah, for me, it was just a lot of the same thing, repetition. I'm a creature of habit, and yeah, I did drink and use a lot. I spray painted my windows black except for a peephole, and I thought the police were outside, and I spent many hours looking out that peephole. I used to pick my nose and eat my Coke boogers. You guys that are laughing are relating. I even smoked some boogers while watching porn. I think John talks about porn, and it's every time I say porn, he kind of lights up. John has a granddaughter that is younger than his daughter. Is that how it goes? Older. Yeah. Some good Jerry Springer stuff. Sorry. It's not about you. Yeah, we could be leaving early tonight. Me and Brendan and some other people go out to eat afterwards. We go and eat Thai food on a pretty regular basis, and you know, a lot of people come, and it's great. If you guys want to join us, they're open tonight, because I guess they don't celebrate Christmas in Thailand. What if I spoke for like 5 minutes? Where are we at, Adrian? 9 o'clock. How long have I spoke for? Oh, that's good. That's rad. We are going to get out early. Don't worry, you guys. Jeff, you'll be early for your date. You're happy about that? I should listen to my note. You know, the bottom line here is, like, I love Alcoholics Anonymous. I love the life that I have. I owe it to Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm grateful that I have had the ability to be consistent around here. You know, I think that's what it takes to stay, is consistency. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I said that already. Man. It's always good when you have like something to drink, when you don't have anything to say. You can just go to the drink and think of something. And let me tell you, in the shower this evening, I had an amazing pitch. You guys should have been there. I mean, it was insightful. I made you laugh. I made you cry. Not so much now. Good thing you had me speak on Christmas when there's nobody here. My sponsor is a guy named Earl Hightower. If you ever get a chance to hear Earl speak, he is much better than I am. You know, I don't have like a crazy story to say. You know, I just got loaded on a daily basis, and you know, yeah, I got arrested. Yeah, I did a lot of crappy shit, but it's not that glamorous. And you know, I'd rather talk about recovery, and which apparently I don't have much of this evening. Yeah. You know, AA is kind of like being in a war. You know, we're in a war against alcoholism. Bye, Michelle. Thanks for coming. Long time. It's like going in a battle, you know, and it's like I want to have as much ammo as I can going into battle, you know, and that's going to meetings, being of service, working the 12 steps, praying, and you know, that's something that I'll touch on, which is going to be really weird, is the God thing, you know. I look like Satan. I think there's only one letter difference between Satan and Santa. But for me, God is love. And I struggled with the God thing when I got here. I thought I was my own God and I controlled my own destiny. And I karma, cause and effect, shit like that. But you guys told me that I had to find a power greater than myself, and somebody said, well, you can't stop a wave, make the ocean a power greater than yourself. And I love the ocean. I mean, there's something spiritual that happens in the ocean. You get inside that tube, and time kind of stands still. I was in a meeting in Westwood, and I saw on the stained glass window, it said, God is love. And for me, that's worked for me all these years. And I really can't define God. If I define God, I'm putting limitations on God. But I know that by being of service, the more that I do for my fellows and myself, the closer I am to God, And I believe that the God and the service are connected. And I pray every night before I go to bed. I say, God, thank you for letting me be sober. Thank you for letting me be happy and healthy. Thank you for my friends and family being happy and healthy. May my enemies be as happy as me. May I do thy will always. And may I be a nicer person tomorrow than I was today. And that's, something that I made up, and it seems to work okay. Nothing bad's happened to me since I started saying that. I mean, yeah, bad stuff has happened, but not from saying that prayer. So if you are struggling with the God thing, we don't tell you have to believe in anything around here, and that's really cool. We don't tell you what to believe in. We just tell you to believe in a power greater than yourself, which can be anything you want. And, if you are a devil worshiper, right on. I'm not. We'll talk about that now, I guess. What's up with the stupid hair is really what you guys want to hear about. And, I grew the horns for Halloween one year, like 15 years ago. I started losing my hair in high school. I didn't really lose it. It slid off my head onto my back. And gravity's very high on my resentment list. I did that laser thing, worked really good on the hair removal. And I even wore a rug for a little bit, and it was like glued on. And when you're doing cocaine and you have some mop on your head that's glued on, I could not stop picking at the glue, man. Oh, good times. So I grew the horns for Halloween. I liked the attention. I got tattoos that match them. I almost shaved my horns here tonight. My friend Wiley at one point told me he would give me $500 if I shaved my horns. And, this night where the three ghosts came and visited me, and I didn't sleep, I said, you know what, I'm going to change. I'm going to cut those horns, because girls kept, when I was wearing a hat, hot girls that I respect around here were saying, you look really handsome, I'm like, well, maybe I needed to shave the horns. I'm 47 years old. How long can I rock? And they're getting thin, too. And, but here's the deal. People treat me like a celebrity with these horns. I'm like an LA icon, people have told me. I might be like Angeline or Dennis Woodruff or the guy who dances on Robertson. But, people treat me like a celebrity. What's going on out there, Joey? What happened? Okay, sorry. Tweaking. Cops are out there. So I'm glad I'm keeping my horns. And you know what? Little kids will point at me and they'll smile. And I get a lot of joy. And I get people that come up to me all the time. Nice young lady this evening said, I like your hair. And I drank and used a lot over losing my hair. I mean, that was for a young man in high school. It's a gnarly thing, losing your hair, I used to comb it up into a pompadour. I'd take the hair from China and cover the United States, and I was really into rockabilly. And then I shaved my head, and people were afraid of me. I think I look more scary without the horns, or I look more intimidating without the horns. So the horns have made it another year, well, another week for the horns to stay or not stay. You know, I wish I had magic words that would keep you new people or people with time sober, but I really don't. You know, it really doesn't matter what I say here tonight. What matters is what I do around Alcoholics Anonymous. This is a program of action, you know. And you guys see me around, or if you're new, you will see me around. You'll see that I'm being of service, that I sponsor a lot of guys, that I have, you know, commitments at lots of meetings, and I'm consistent, you know. You know, I hear people say, you know, not doing too good. It's like, well, you didn't go to a meeting, you know. I'm usually doing pretty good, you know. It's a good meter of my serenity is driving. You know, when I drive, I have road rage. I shot at somebody once. I used to carry my old D-cell batteries with me and throw them at people when they cut me off. And for me, it's a competition. Nobody can go ahead of me. And, you know, we recently had the gas prices go up pretty high, so I have a big V8, and I learned how to drive slowly and not be in a competition and you know, not be so road ragey. So yeah, I'm not like Anthony Robbins. I'm not a motivational speaker, you know, and that's cool, you know. It's like I'd rather be judged for my actions around here. And, you know, like I said before, I'm a projectionist. I love movies. And, you know, there's a line from one of my favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption. It says, get busy living or get busy dying, you know. Like I said, I have dyslexia. I don't read and write well. I'm not like a good student. I'd raise my hand and share and whatnot and get by. I didn't come to AA and all of a sudden like want to read and write and get here early and see what I could do to help, you know. But I encourage you, if you're new and you want to have an amazing life like I have. You know, I have some problems and I'm always growing, and that's really cool. But, you know, I wish there was something I could do to set a fire, you know, under your ass and, you know, to get you to do what it takes to stay here. I insist on having fun. I'm not a glum lot. But on the other hand, you know, I've seen a lot of people die around here from this disease. A lot of people, you know, smarter, better looking, younger than me, that weren't able to get this thing, you know. And you don't have to be one of the casualties of this disease. Yeah, I like watching the new people come in here, and I see them come in like shriveled up weeds, and I get to see them stay here and blossom into beautiful flowers, and that is truly the miracle that goes on around here. I know that sounded a little same-sex friendly. You know, AA for me is it's like a fortress. You know, when I'm in AA, I'm safe, and the people that relapse are like our scouts. And they go out, and they come back, and they got arrows sticking out of their asses, and they let me know that the Native Americans are still out there. I don't know how to be PC on that one, that the Indians are still out here, you know. But unfortunately, what happens to some of these scouts is they take arrows to their hearts and die. And you don't have to be one of them, you know. It doesn't take much. Go to meetings, be of service, do the 12 steps. You heard me say that. You'll keep hearing me say it. And that's really my message here. You know, please get into action and do what it takes to save your life and make your friends' and family's life a lot better as well. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.